Hello guys, Jenny here from Chi Lifestyle. So today we're going to do something new, okay? Trying something new on the channel. Every now and again, I'll just throw in some new things. If you're not liking it, you can comment and yeah, just trying it out. So one of the questions that often people want to know is, where's the ex? Why haven't they come back? Why haven't they reached out? So let's get into your specific person and see why haven't they reached out, what's going on there, and yeah, let's have a look at that. So I'm going to get your selection, have your person in your mind right now, and then have a look at the selection and see which one resonates with you. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you. Okay, so these are your selections. Okay, so for pile number 1, we have got the yellow and white citrine. Pile number 2, we have got the purple amethyst, and pile number 3, this is just meant to be a jade, like a jade. So you pause the video now, you take your time, think about your person, and then have a look at which pile is probably one that's drawn to you the most. I will describe each one, so if you're still not getting anything, listen to the description once we get into the pile. Okay, I'll see you at your reading. Pile number 1, right, so if you chose the yellow citrine or pile number 1, this is your reading. Well, this is my 3rd attempt at doing this pile. Is this like something that's stopped and started a number of times, this relationship? Because if it is, then this definitely sounds like your pile. Okay, so I'm going to describe your person, okay? Listen to the description rather than the signs, but I will throw in a few signs just in case. You would have to know your person's full birth chart. So please listen to the personality and then decide if this is for you. So I have got Aries, Scorpio, Gemini, and Capricorn. Okay, just putting it out there. Moon, Sun, Rising, Venus, who knows? Okay. This person, your person, is someone who is, with Mars, this person is very passionate. They're very fiery. They're very masculine. Now, this does not mean male or female. It could be a feminine that's very masculine in the sense of she can be a go-getter, someone who is passionate, someone who is got a lot of energy, got a drive to be the best, got a passionate spirit, competitive spirit, may even be someone who's very argumentative, okay? You've got someone who is also a deep thinker. This is someone who likes to see things in a logical way, but at the same time, they have this duality in their personality. So on one end, they are very rah, 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 Mars energy, fire, passion, energy, drive to win. On the other hand, they also very structured, flexible. This is someone who generally can communicate very well with other people. They may talk a lot or be very good communicators, but they also flexible in the sense of they can change and adapt according to their people where they are, or according to the crowd that they're in. This person can do that. They also may be quite changeable in the sense of there can be different places that they like to go to. They like to travel. They like to learn. They're very curious. This person's got a lot of curiosity about the world, about life. There may be a lot of things that this person has interest. This person has they're interesting. They're not just have a drive to win or competitive, egotistical. This person's quite interesting, or they have a lot of interests in learning. And this person, again, that they could be quite structured in some ways and then free-flowing in another. It's like odd. Definitely two sides. It's like the Gemini twin here. Structured on one side, rules, regulations. But I feel like their rules and stuff is very about themselves. This person's quite hard on themselves. They get quite upset when things don't work out, or when things are not perfect for themselves, not necessarily for others. This person could be a teacher. They could teach other people things. Like, it doesn't have to be a school teacher. This is also a spiritual teacher, you know, someone who helps people and teaches them lessons through their logic, through their experiences, okay? This person may also be an authority. In other words, they may be higher up in life, as in good manager skills. But also less is more. So I don't think that, it's almost like this person can get by on a lot less. They don't have to have big fancy cars or big fancy houses in order for them to be happy. They might be very, so the first house is also very, I need to dress to impress kind of thing. But I feel like it's more natural. Like this person doesn't have to have the most expensive clothes or the most expensive perfumes, for example. They might have more natural smelling stuff, or but still look good. Like their first impression from others are still very good. Like people are attracted to this person, even if they're not your conventional attractiveness, but they don't have to have designer clothes to be good. Okay, so if this sounds like you, then this is possibly your reading. So these cards came out, and I was going to put them back and start again. I thought, you know what? No, this makes sense. Okay, so with the Sun card here, there's happiness here. There was happiness, okay? It feels like things felt very light together when you guys were together. It was fun. It was light. I mean, here you've got a boy riding on a white horse, white representing youth, or you maybe have met them when they were very young, or there's just this fun in the sun, having fun, summer holidays, beach kind of person, or just someone who was quite free and fun, okay? But it does also feel like there was a huge judgment call made. Someone made a decision in this situation. So this could be you or your person, and someone, I'm getting a ghosting information, may not have been ghosting, but the Four of Swords is very much like someone just went quiet. Someone just went within. The situation just kind of perhaps died down. There might have been some kind of, okay, I do apologize with my son. I'm not starting this reading again, so I do apologize. It's not going to annoy you. But someone in this situation definitely just went quiet. Okay, all of a sudden just went quiet. This person perhaps, I don't know, there was definitely a decision. A decision was made, a judgment was made, and it felt like it was, maybe this person went on a spiritual retreat or a spiritual awakening, but it just feels like things went from fun in the sun and party, 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 and then all of a sudden quiet. Okay, so if this still sounds like you, your person, then this is definitely your reading. Carry on listening. So what is this person going through now? Again, these cards were already chosen. I'm not choosing them again. So what I'm feeling like, again, your person has, it almost feels like, again, spiritual awakening. Doesn't have to be in the big woo-woo sense, but your person's taken, right now, your person's dealing with learning, studying. They could also be publishing a book. This is just really throwing it out there. But it really feels like this is a time when your person has really taken the time. Again, there's something about teaching or learning. The scribe, I mean, the scribes wrote, you know, scrolls. It was very few people were given the opportunity to do so. So this is old knowledge, ancient knowledge. Maybe your person has gone back to learning. For some of you, this person's gone back to school, or they are studying. For others, it's just saying that this person's taken the time to really learn more about their life or learn about stuff. Again, they've got this curious mind. For some of you, this person may also be dealing with legal matters as well. So there could be some kind of legal matters that this person could be dealing with or going through. So not too sure about that. This person may be going on a journey. Maybe they are literally moving. Maybe this person is relocating in some way. For others, this person's going on some kind of creative endeavor, working on something that's taking them into a new direction. It does feel like this person's life is changing a lot. And it's taking them towards their soul tribe, okay? They really are looking into different directions or looking into different areas, leaving some things behind. It feels like anything that's safe. This person's ready to step out into a better place in their life. They could be exploring different areas, travel. I mean, travel's definitely, you know, if it's not physical travel, then it's just their mind looking in different areas. The Will, Wisdom, and Mind is, again, it's really about this person balancing up their emotion with their fire. I mean, we've got Mars here again. Mars is Aries and Scorpio. Scorpio's water sign, and Aries is a fire sign. So there's emotion and passion kind of being balanced up here. There's again wisdom coming in, higher mind, higher learning, stepping into the crown, being crowned for something. So the crown really, works on the whole crown chakra, which is, spiritual, enlightenment, learning, spirituality, spiritual stuff. Okay, so that's kind of what your person's, that's what's happening with them right now. So it doesn't seem like this person's really, it doesn't tell me anything about you. Hilarion. It does feel like there is still a little bit of healing going on here. Again, that's mediumship or investigation, or maybe this person's investigating stuff or dealing with, again, spirituality and mediumship. Not for all of you, but I do want to see if there's anything here for the near future for you and this person. What's the near future? Because this person seems very inward or teaching. You see, there you also got a teacher. Hilarious, teaching a class. Maybe this person's going to study and then they're going to become a teacher. Let's wait and see. But yeah, it does feel like this person's dealing with their own stuff, which is maybe why they've gone quiet. It's not maybe anything to do with you. It just seems to be more about them. There's definitely a feeling. So look, this person could be struggling financially. Maybe they are in a financial dwell right now so that they can't really do much, or they don't feel, there's definitely a disconnect emotion wise. This is more of a card of, again, someone went quiet, someone felt left out or pushed out, or does not feel connection. There's the light is on, but no one's home. It's like one of those feelings of the light is on, but doesn't feel like anyone's there. So there's definitely been a disconnect between you and this person, emotionally or physically, Nine of Cups, this person's working on their wishes, working on themselves. And the Chariot says, they want to persist, so they perhaps want to come forward with something, but something's stopping them. So if you want to know why there's no contact, is something keeps pulling them away. Let me just get a card on what is pulling them away. Why is this person not contacting you? Why is there no contact? Wheel of Fortune. It's like divine timing has to come in. The Fool card. They worried. They might be trying to build up the courage to take a leap of faith. It does feel like there's something that's fated. There's a fated time, or divine timing is sitting there. The fate is waiting for something to happen. I'm not really too sure. So let's get some advice cards for you. What advice have we got for pile number 1 when it comes to no contact? It might just mean that, when whatever's moving, fate might be keeping you away for now. Maybe this person still has to learn some lessons, or has to get some kind of diploma, or has to ascend to a certain thing before this goes forward. It does feel like the fate card is telling me that what's keeping you away from each other is fate. The Fool card at the bottom of the deck tells you someone has to take a leap of faith. Someone needs to see this as innocent. Drink water. Stay focused. Energy healing. Peace offering. Okay. Someone has to bring a peace offering to this. So this may be you. Maybe you ghosted them. Just putting it out there. And you need to bring a peace offering. Okay. Maybe they ghosted you and they need to bring you a peace offering. So just to show you the card, so I'm not making it up. So the drink water, yeah, it does feel like something needs to be flushed out the system. Water washes out the old to make way for the new. You drink a lot of water if you're going through a detox. Water hydrates the body, but it does get rid of toxins. So there could be something toxic in the way of this situation. It does say for you, really, maybe there's something in your life that you need to be healing. There's something in your life that you need to fix. Stay focused, energy healing, peace offering. So you need to take whatever resonates there, but someone needs to perhaps say sorry. So let's bring on the romantic card, and then I'll get some initials as well. Codependency, addictions. So stay optimistic about your love life, positive thinking. So addictions, why is there addictions here? Make the effort. Okay, someone has to make the effort here. Someone has to express their love here. Okay. But there's a codependency, there's an addiction, and that's what's in the way. So fate is waiting for this, for one of you to become less codependent. Codependency normally comes from insecurities. We only become codependent or jealous or obsessed over someone when we're not secure in who we are or how we feel about ourselves. And then, you know, these addictions start to happen. So there could also be, for some of you, a person, this codependency could be one of you is involved in a codependent relationship, just throwing it out there. But Spirit is asking you to stay positive. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And then at the back of the card, we've got make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you've been guided to take. So it feels like spirit guides are saying that you've been given a lot of guidance here, okay? The advice is to detox your life, okay? Focus upon yourself. Ask yourself, who's the codependent one? Is it you? How can you stop yourself with this codependence? What can you work on? Maybe you've just been too negative about this. I'm going to get some initials here. Okay, so, okay. This could be an X, for obviously for a lot of you. C, P, W, T, U. I'm gonna get one more name. Oh, that could also be an M. Okay, let me get one more letter. Oh no, that's too many. D, K, Y. I mean, first name, last name, middle name, maiden name, U, lots of U and Y. Maybe you asking why did this happen? You know, D, you know, why did this happen to us? There's probably a lot of questions here. Maybe both of you are asking why. Yuck, something very yucky happened. I don't know. All I know is I do think that there's some kind of conversation is needed. Okay. Right, what have we got here? Pile number one, what have we got here? Oopsie. Water sign. Well, as I said, there does seem to be a lot of emotions here, you know, with Scorpio and that water sign on the other card. Abundance. Someone, as I said, someone may be financially having money problems, and so this needs to happen first. And you will wait a long time. So it does feel like you or this person, someone in this situation, has got some work to do. It might be physical work, it might be emotional work, it may be studies. Perhaps again they need to get a degree before this can happen, or they need to be at a certain time. But there is also codependency, that something is definitely blocked. So it does feel like you will wait a long time for this person. You know, are you willing to wait a long time? Or maybe you have waited a long time as well. I'll see if I can get one more card. But you might wait a long time for them. Maybe you have waited a long time. Okay, we do have also within a few weeks. I don't know. As I said, everyone's in a different set of situations. It's something I just want to ask. I'm not going to ask this in other piles, but it just feels like there's things up in the air. This one feels very mysterious. It doesn't feel as grounded. How would pile number one's person feel if... No, I don't want to use this deck. Sorry. I don't want to use this deck because I've already got some cards out. How would pile number one's person feel if you had to reach out to them? how would the other person feel? How would your person feel if you reached out to them? Wow, we've got you. Speak your mind with confidence. You might need to seek professional help, balance mental and emotional considerations. Again, the mental, the Mars versus the emotional, the water. Look at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. What I'm getting here is, at the back of the deck, we've got the Knight of Air. Events occur with great speed, taking time to carefully review your options, creative solutions. It does feel like they really would not mind, but you need to speak your truth. It feels like there needs to be some kind of clarity in this pile. Your person needs to hear the truth. You need to hear the truth. I think because Swords is all about the mental, again, it's the mind. So a discussion needs to be had between you and this person that's very decisive on what is it that you are both wanting. Let's just get this off the table. Do you ever want me back? Are you ever coming back to me? Because awakenings can also talk about seeing the relationship, or maybe seeing their side of the story. Maybe there's something you don't know yet, and you can always ask. And at the worst case, this person says, I'm never coming back, I am moving somewhere else. And then you then will have a very big clue as to what's going on, no matter how sad it is. But it does feel like someone needs to bring a peace offering. So you never know. But that's what I have for you, pile number 1. Hopefully you enjoyed your reading. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll chat to you soon. Goodbye. And welcome to pile number 2 if you chose the amethyst stone, and this is your reading. Okay, so we're going to first get into who your person is. Okay, if you do not hear their star sign, please don't assume that it's not them. Listen to the description of the person, because sometimes you would need to know the full birth chart to understand. Okay, so we have got Sun, which talks about Leo, Sagittarius, and part of Fortune. So let me get into who your person is. So regardless of whether they are a Leo or a Sagittarius, this person is very, how can I put it? They could be quite creative, because this is also responding to the 5th house. So this person could be a very creative person. Or they have like this great inner child in them. This person really loves to focus upon harmony. They understand that internal gratitude brings external luck. This person, they seek out places of joy. So Sun's very happy. In tarot, the Sun card is the happiest card in the deck. The Sun illuminates things. This person has a really good heart, but the ego can get in the way, okay? This person has a very strong will, so they could also be slightly stubborn. With Leo description here, Leo can be, brave-hearted, courageous, but also perhaps stubborn, because they're a fixed sign, which also creates resistance within them. This person seeks success. Okay, so whether they're successful or not, it's not really the story, but they seek success. They enjoy that feeling of being successful. They might enjoy the limelight. They might enjoy being seen by other people. They also like to illuminate things for others. So again, there's, with everything good and bad, this person is a visionary. They also might be a little bit of a perfectionist, okay? They like things to be in a certain way. This person is still trying to seek things in their life. They might love travel, or love food from perhaps different cultures. They love investigating different cultures or different lands. They like their freedom, okay? They do like their freedom. And again, that they seem to seek out perhaps truth of the world, or truth of gaining knowledge in the world. This person would probably be a good mentor or teacher, but they might also seek out other people to mentor them or to teach them. Okay, so if this sounds like your person, then this is your reading. If it does not sound like your person at all, then this is possibly not your reading. Look at the other piles, and if none of them do, then unfortunately today's reading's not for you. Okay, so the first question I have is, what's happened? What's happened? What actually happened? Why are you two not together? Now, for some of you, and some people come here for a future person, I'm going to try and see this from all aspects. Some people like to come in, they choose a pile, and it's for someone they haven't even met yet. Okay, so I like to give everyone a chance for reading. Okay, so please tell me what happened with pile number 2 in this person. What happened? Okay, cool. Ooh, feeling lonely, feeling left out. So someone in the situation, judgment. Okay, someone in the situation, oh, we have the death card at the bottom of the deck, which is Scorpio card. Okay, what I'm getting here is someone perhaps felt very lonely in a situation. So it could be that this person, perhaps their ego got in the way, and sometimes you would feel alone, you would feel left out. Or this person has, okay, because to say them, to say you, we don't know. So change everything if it does not make sense. If something makes sense but doesn't make complete sense for them. Someone in the situation felt left out. Someone in the situation perhaps was dealing with financial troubles or health problems, okay? And it does feel like there was a judgment call made because someone kept focusing on the negative, okay? Perhaps they saw things, or they made bad judgment calls, or they made a poor decision because of the feeling of negativity or this fear. It's like they kept focusing on something that they lost. And this loss is that they could not see what was in front of them, because all they could see what they don't have anymore. And there may have been choices or decisions, okay, which brought the situation to an end. It does feel like this person may have been juggling other things. Now, that does not necessarily mean other people, okay? Other things could mean children. They could be juggling other humans, as in mothers, daughters, sisters, friends, work, other relationships even. With you, it was almost like they needed to make a choice. They needed to make a decision. And I feel like this person bowed out. Someone bowed out of the situation because they didn't feel like they were chosen, okay? They felt like they were left out. They felt lonely. Like, you can be in a relationship with someone, you can have someone sitting right next to you and still feel lonely because this person is not giving you attention, or they're too much on their phone, or they're too much, they choose everyone over you. Okay, so that's kind of what happened, okay? And it ended because of that. So what's going on now? What's going on now? Wow, more Leo energy. There's definitely heavy Leo in this person's chart. Again, you would have to know their full birth chart. Okay. So what I'm getting here is this person is dealing with something not so great. Okay. We have got another Leo situation. This is Archangel Michael. And what he is doing is, there's a child, and I don't know if you can see this, and I'm going to try and zoom in. So there's two children here, okay? This little boy is lifting his hands up, asking to be lifted up. And the Archangel Michael is basically taking the wings, and he's starting to wrap the wings around the child to protect them, okay? But also giving the child courage. So this person's being wrapped in a lot of strength and courage at the moment to do something, because they're dealing with something that's not great. Now, this could still be your situation with them. It does feel like there's a bit of a my way or the highway situation. Someone is willing to put the flag up, the flag of peace. Okay, here again, I don't know if you can see, sorry, the lighting may not be the best. So here we've got a row of troops. Okay, they've got a flag pointing down. Here we have a row of troops, but we've got the flag up. So one group, one party is not willing to surrender. The other party is willing to surrender. And there's like a flag in the middle, meaning let's meet in the middle. But one person saying, yeah, cool, we're willing to meet in the middle. The other person saying, no, we are not willing to work in the middle. So again, there is a bit of this ego in this situation. This person perhaps is not willing to, or someone here is not willing to admit their faults, or someone here is not willing to work with another person. Now, this could be your situation or a situation that they are in with someone else, okay? And this person is trying to find the courage to move on, or you may be needing to have the courage to move on from situations. There are third parties here, perhaps. There's 3 people here. Okay, so this could be for a lot of you, this person made a choice and chose someone else over you, okay? And now they're stuck in a situation in a third party where they are really kind of getting a bit of karma by the sounds of things. Because there's someone's not willing to negotiate. If that's not the case, then again, there's outside influences and this person's not willing to take the outside, choose you over this outside influence. Okay, so this does sound very confusing because again, we're all in different situations. Is there any kind of forward movement from this? Let's just see. Okay, see, digging the karmic trenches, the journey. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the balance card. Okay, so for some of you, again, very few of you, we could, I'm so sorry for that, it's my son. For some of you, this person perhaps, again, made another choice. They chose someone else, they got married, they went off with the other person or got into a strong relationship with another person, perhaps even had children with another person. It does feel like this person's still in the middle of this karmic trench. They're not out of the karmic trench yet. It does feel like in the distance, this person will eventually leave. They could be getting divorced or moving. Okay, so there does seem to be a move or a journey for this person, okay? I just want to know, is this person, let's just see here. Or when it comes to the viewer though, is this person coming back? Is there a new person for this viewer? Please tell me. I want to know about your romantic relationships. Okay, getting to know each other, express your love. Let go of control issues. Look, very soon. Okay, so what Spirit is saying for you, viewer, is you need to decide what you are wanting, okay? Are you wanting to have someone new? What are you wanting? Is this relationship actually what you are wanting? You know, are you wanting this person just purely because you miss them? Have you been honest with yourself about this person? I mean, yes, this person seems like a very magnetic person. Don't misunderstand me. There's a lot of chemistry between you and this person. This person's, you know, they're really out there. They really are great. They're a visionary. And maybe perhaps you are just highly attracted to them. But someone here is trying to control the situation. So if this person is a great person, okay, if this person is really what you're wanting, then Spirit is saying you're going to have to allow the situation to unfold naturally, okay? You might need to get to know this person again. And this person may come forward with a romantic gesture sometime in the future. I will get a bit of a timing as well as initials, again, just to make sure we're in the right boat here. But Spirit is giving you the time to decide first, before they come back. Because maybe there's maybe there's red flags that you were missing. It's almost like, are you very sure you want this person back? Before they come back, are you sure that this is the one for you? Because there is a possibility that they might repeat the same pattern over and over and over again. So you need to be very clear. They could be wanting to send you someone else that you might be getting to know, that you can express your love towards. But you having to be very clear, because if this person does come back, are they coming back for the right reasons? Or are they coming back because they've been dumped? Okay. Right, initials. Oh, right. We've got quite a few in this one. We've got an H. We've got a 5. I don't know what that stands for. There's something in their cell phone number, their house name. Maybe they, I don't know, have a 5. We've got, I'll say one W, one M, a V, an I, an E, a B, a Y, and an S. So these initials are either yours or theirs, or it's very strong in their name somehow. M, W, and then 5. Maybe they live in a house number 5. It starts with a 5. There's a strong 5 in their things. We did have 5th house as well. Again, 5th house does mean this person could be slightly childlike, a little bit immature. Again, we'll see. Let's see, what advice have you got for you and this person? Let's get you some kind of advice here. It does feel like they're dealing with their own stuff. They're dealing with their own karmic trenches. They're dealing with their own fighting at the moment. So what do you do? What should you do? Should you leave? Should you stay? Oopsie. Okay. Again, we have Archangel Michael here. So I do feel like you are protected, pile number 2. Open your heart to love. Drink more water. That also talks about detach from the drama. And yes. Okay, so the yes card, you are seeing the situation accurately at the bottom of the deck. Double yes. So look, again, this is up to you. Do you wait? Perhaps that's saying yes. You might have been thinking in your mind right now, should I move on? Then the answer is also yes. You are seeing the situation. You know the truth of the situation, okay? And maybe you've been thinking, I can never move on from them. I love them so much. I can never find someone else. And then the answer is yes, you can. You can do it. You need to detach from the drama, because again, it does feel like this person has brought some kind of drama into your world or into their own world, whether it's a third party situation, whether there's children involved, whether there's drama in their life. Maybe this person's, a little bit ego driven, so they love the attention of lots of other people. Maybe they love to flirt a lot. Again, this person is quite magnetic in some way, even if they're not like super gorgeous. They are very magnetic in some way, and people are often drawn to them, which also means drama comes their way as well. Drink more water is generally actually saying that you need to flush some negativity out of your system, okay? Open your heart to love could also be telling you that there is someone else out there. You could be getting to know someone new. And that's, again, you need to decide. There is a sense of judgment here, a sense of rebirth. Are you going to go back to them? Do you really want this person back? Or should you move forward towards someone else? Okay, so let's just get some kind of timing, because again, this person is dealing with their own stuff. Legal problems, fighting, drama. So it's up to you at the end of the day. I'm not going to tell you. Spirit is saying to you, though, that you do have what it takes to decide to do whatever you want. Ganesh is saying yes. If you have a question in your head. Ooh, someone is lying. Okay. We've got a fire sign here. Time to move on. Okay, so again, if this person's high, we have got Leo, fire sign, Sagittarius, also fire sign. Wow, I didn't even click on that. So definitely fire in their chart. Abundance and divine timing. Okay, so and then at the back of the day, I do have within a month. Just throwing it out there for some. Time to move on, pile number 2. I hate to say this to you. And again, we're not telling you what to do. You get to decide. And that's why divine timing's at play here. They might be wanting to bring you in some money. Maybe you've been financially battling and they want you to know that money will be coming your way. But someone is lying. Okay? Someone is lying. So be very aware as to what you are wanting. Maybe Spirit has someone better for you that they want to bring in, but they can't because of divine timing, because you are holding on to this person. So really sit and think about, do you really, really want this person? Is there not, what is the attachment? Is it limerence? Go look up limerence. This feeling of, when you're rejected by someone, we want them even more. And it's not really that we want them, because when you're honest with yourself, were you happy in the situation? Or was it just like really magnetic when they were there? It was fire and passion, but when they left, you felt really sad, really low, very, again, you could have been sitting next to them and constantly they're on their phone. They're always trying to find the attention of another man or another woman, or you're constantly fighting for their attention. Their family's more important, their friends are more important, their children are more important, their exes are more important than you. Okay, so this is some really serious questions you need to ask yourself before, because you might hear from them within a month. They might come back within a month. But it does feel like you've got a lot of thinking to do before this happens. And then you can decide as to whether you really want them back or not. Or are they just coming back because they've been rejected from someone else? And so you are not the first choice. I don't know. Everyone's in a different situation. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm giving you advice. And again, all I can say is clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So when you've made that decision, it will come your way. And if you decide to move on, then Spirit will bring you someone else. That's why divine timing is at play here, because Spirit's giving you the choice as to what you're wanting. Okay. Thank you, pile number 2. Hope you enjoyed. Comment, like, and subscribe, and goodbye. Right, if you chose the Jade Stone or pile number 3, then this is your reading. So here I'm going to describe your person, okay? Please do not take star signs into account if you don't hear them, because you need to know your person's full birth chart in order to actually know what could be ruling them or what's very heavy in their charts. Okay, so let's just go according to the energies of what we've got here for you, pile number 3. Right, did I say pile number 3? I'm not too sure. Pile number 3, your special person. Your special person, now again, I'm just giving you possible star signs or moon signs or ascending signs, and that is Aries, Taurus, and Aquarius. Possible, okay? Otherwise, what I am getting here, if those don't resonate, then listen to this. This is a person who is very eccentric, okay? This person is perhaps different from usual people. So they're eccentric in maybe in their belief systems. They could be quite eccentric people. They could be eccentric in their dress sense. Someone who enjoys weird and wonderful clothing, or they're an artist in some way or form. This is someone who are very clever. So they could be eccentric in the sense of most people probably don't get them because they're quite genius. They could also be on the autistic spectrum. Just putting it out there, even if they're undiagnosed, but they sound very similar to people with autism, like very factual driven, like to talk about certain things that are always facts. Think of almost in some way or form like a Sheldon, okay? This person is, they're very action driven, okay? This person's quite a leader, believe it or not. They love adventure, they've got a pioneering spirit, they're very independent. So again, this person doesn't follow the crowd. This is someone who is, again, eccentric, don't follow the crowd. They are their own person. They are brilliant in many ways. They might actually have some kind of degree or diploma, or they are really good in their field, whatever that may be. They could just have, again, they could be an artist, but they're really great at what they do. Okay, they've really thought things out. Okay, this is not someone who would be considered a fool, even though people might think that they are. I don't see this person as being a fool. This person validates himself via money. Okay, so again, they could be a leader, someone who works for themselves, or they need to be very high up in their company if they don't work for themselves, and they really are validated by money. They could even be eccentric in the sense of what they pay for things, because they might show off a little bit with certain things, okay, in their clothing or in their cars, or in their house or something like that, okay? This person is very talented. They've got a healthy self-esteem, okay? And they can survive in the weirdest of situations. It's like, again, they're very courageous, very adventurous, pioneering spirit. Okay, so if this sounds like your person, then let's get into it. Okay, so the question would be asked in the beginning is, what's the reason for this not to happen yet? What is the reason? Okay. So this person is a soulmate of yours, okay? Whether they're a good soulmate or a bad soulmate, well, that's not the question here, but they definitely are a soulmate of yours. What is the past? What is the past? Now, some of you may have never even met this person. Maybe you're just coming in to figure out why you haven't met your person, okay? I'm looking at all angles here. So this could be what happened in a past life if you've never met this person, okay? Take whatever resonates, guys. These are general readings, so we have to take what resonates here, okay? So this person, perhaps for some of you, has not really come forward, or what happened with this person is this person was distracted by something else. They may not have valued you. They may have been a little bit cold as well. You might find this person was not very good with words. Sorry, I take that back, with emotional words. So they may not validate you with I love yous, or I think you're the best thing on this earth, or again, this person is a genius, and so they may not understand things at emotional level. That's why I'm picking up very much ADHD or autism spectrum behind them, because again, this person doesn't mean to be, nasty in any way, but they may have they may just look at things from such a logical perspective that they don't realize that they've hurt you. So in some way or form, this person may have been really looking at something else, whatever that something else is. It could be maybe they were studying, or they were trying to grow on something in their lives. And this is what happened in the past. You guys are soulmates, but the reason why they're not coming forward, or the reason why you haven't met them yet, is because this person is dealing with higher mind stuff. They're thinking, they're dealing with things, they're working on something. And so they haven't really, taken an interest in what's happening around them, if that makes sense. So something else has taken their attention away, okay? And that's why you haven't heard from them. Let's try to understand more as to, what is going on with them right now, They may have even overthink things, because this person's quite eccentric, again. What's happening with them right now? Setting their course, okay. I am going to say this, for some of you, this person is tied up with legal situations. Perhaps they were married, perhaps they are married now, and so they need to get a divorce first, and that's what they're dealing with. They're trying to get divorced, or they're trying to, even legally become separated from someone. Maybe they're dealing with children. Again, it's not you. There's something that's taken this person's mind off of you, or at least you're not their priority right now. Yeah, so this person is still currently dealing with, they're starting to look through the lens. They're starting to realize that whatever it is that they were dealing with, that they've got to look elsewhere, okay? They're trying to broaden their scope. So maybe, again, they had a narrow-minded way of thinking about something. Maybe they thought that it was this way and only this way for them to do something. Now they're starting to broaden their scope. This person is kind of wakening up. So like something's waking them up, and they're starting to realize that there's some kind of contract that they're dealing with. So this could be a marriage, a literal contract, or a business contract, or at work. There's some kind of people that they're having to learn. It feels like the biggest lesson for this person is they're having to learn to stick to their own beliefs and not take other people's opinion. So it could have been their family members or their friends that drew them away from you. There's definitely been something, a situations that's drawn them away, and now they're having to broaden their scope and try and move away from that situation. This person is ascending, okay? They are ascending to it, so they could be awakening, ascending, climbing up in their business. Again, there's some other contracts, emotional contract, spiritual contract, or physical contract that they are focusing on right now. Maybe they're thinking, well, I can only do good for you once I have become the boss. Maybe then I'm ready for a relationship. They hyper-focused on something else, okay? But again, it doesn't mean that they're not interested in you. What does this person, give me one card, what does this person think of you? What does pile number 3's person think of them? What do they think of them? They think you're very attractive. It's almost like you are a distraction to them, and that's why they try not to focus on you, okay? What's holding them back is they feel like they cannot obtain their goals because they are highly attracted to you. And maybe so much so that they feel like they need to move away from you so that they can focus on their leadership, or they can focus on their studies, or they can focus on their career. It's almost like you are a huge temptation to them. They really are attracted to you. And in some way or form, this person does know that you are a soulmate, okay? So I'm going to get, I'm going to get some letters. This also might help. First name, middle name, last name. It can also even be like, you know, something that's quite prominent in their names. If you mention their name, this letter comes out more. So again, if you don't see your person's letter but everything else resonates, don't take it as a bad thing at all. Username, blog name. Oh, 3. So I don't know why 3 is here. X, so it could be one of your X's. Well, for a lot of you it is an X. R, Y, V. Okay, can we get some more? What is the initial for file number 3, please? Initial of, this might be your name. Sorry. Okay, so we've got another U. Wow, that's weird. An E, T, M, O, W, and H. Okay, so those are good letters. Again, it could resonate with you. It could also talk about timing for some of you. Well, not really. Hey, three could be a timing here. 3 months, 3 weeks, a Thursday. You know. What else? What else can we talk about? Tell me about file number 3's person. File number 3's person. What's going on here? A reconciliation. Yeah. Okay, so this person is returning. Yeah, this person has to free themselves. It's time for them to take control of their lives. Again, there is something that's pulling them away. They need to free themselves from this something, from this person, from the situation, from some kind of contract. Once they do that, this person, they know that you're really great. They know that they have to make an effort in order for the situation to happen. Okay, the back of the deck, we do have romantic feelings. So this person does have a lot of romantic feelings for you. Okay. And this person could be from a past life. If this person is no one that you've ever dated, this person could be from a past life. As I said, different people come for these readings for different reasons. So I've got to look at you all, okay? And it does feel like once they meet you, then, you know, they will recognize you. But it does feel like even if you've never met this person, when they do meet you, there is a timing involved in, I mean, this person could be a friend that maybe you never recognized, or they never recognized you. You know, maybe they dated everyone else and you've had a crush on them. There is something about the past here for some of you. And so they have to kind of see you from a different lens, or broaden their views. There's something either different about you or different about them, and they need to see things in a different perspective. Okay, let's see what else I've got here. Oh, I've got a water sign. Okay. I have got, what have I got? You may wait a long time, and for some of you, divine timing and within a few days. So everyone's different that comes to this pile. Again, some of us are in different parts. This person's in different parts. There's different people. For some of you, divine timing, annoying, unknowing, but again, you have to have faith that when it is the right time, this person will come in. They'll come back. You will hear from them, okay? Some of you, it is something as simple as within a few days. For others, unfortunately, you know, you might wait a long time. So what advice have we got for you? What advice has Spirit got for you? Let's get you some advice so we know, what do you do? What do you do with all this information, okay? What do you do? Oh, go now. Okay, let me get something else. Crystals. That makes sense. Energy healing. Oh, the twin flame card was trying to come out. Look at that. Spiritual law of attraction, twin flame. Okay. I know people don't like to hear this. Some people do, some people don't. If this is a twin flame dynamic, okay, what you need to do, pile number 3, is work through your healing. You cannot just sit around and wait. The Go Now card does say that, you know, it will soon, the time to go, or the time to go towards them, or for them to come towards you, it will happen, okay? The crystals here tell you to focus again on your own unique energies. Focus upon spiritual law of attraction. Sometimes disconnecting from this person is the best thing you can do. So the Go Now card can also mean for you to go elsewhere, and have the faith that if this is meant to be, it will be. You should not be focusing on them all the time, okay? Maybe the divine timing says you need to focus on your spiritual awakening. You need to focus upon your own unique self. You need to focus upon healing. Perhaps you're a healer and don't even realize it. Maybe they still have to realize that they're a healer. There's a lot going on here that it's kind of happening behind the scenes. So it feels like you haven't heard from this person because there's something else that they are doing. They need to awaken. They need to spiritually ascend. They need to see you the way that, or for who you are. Often in a twin flame dynamic, what happens is you recognize them as your person. So you keep running towards them, and they get so scared out of their own fears, because they know that if they have to be with you, they have to ascend. They know that they have to change. And it could be religion, it could be their family, it could be another relationship. Something is preventing them from doing that. Something keeps telling them, no, don't focus upon this. And they are so attracted to you that I think it scares them. They're very attracted to you, pile number 3, and it really scares them. And it's almost like you are too good to be true for them. So 3 might be, you know, that they could be born on the 3rd or 13th, 23 or something like that, 30th. 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, even 3 years for some of you, unfortunately. But I'm really getting that this person will return to you when it's the right time. So for now, the advice from Spirit is to go and focus upon yourself. Go now, and even if it means dating other people in the meantime, I mean, you know, maybe you need to make sure that this person, if they did come back, if it will be right for this person to return. I cannot force that. Only you can decide that for yourself. So in the meantime, go heal, go work on becoming your most unique self, work on your career, work on your hobbies, even start dating other people. If it is meant to be, this person will come back and it will be. All right. Thank you so much. Comment, like, and subscribe, and goodbye.